I hadn't even stepped out of the car yet. 1 second, I was pulling into my driveway after work, tired and half thinking about dinner. The next, a sharp, panicked voice cut through the quiet suburban street like a fire alarm. That's my car. He stole my car. I froze, foot still on the brake. Across the street stood Melissa, the HOA self-appointed enforcer. Everyone called her Karen behind her back, but never to her face. Clipboard queen. Rule enforcer. Neighborhood surveillance system. If you parked an inch too close to the curb, she knew. If your trash can stayed out too long, she'd photograph it. Now she was pointing at me like I'd just robbed a bank. That man just opened his garage and drove out with my vehicle. She shouted into her phone, pacing dramatically. Oh, yes, 911. He's trying to hide it. I stepped out slowly, palms open. Oh, Melissa, what are you talking about? She spun toward me, eyes wild. Don't talk to me. The police are on their way. Neighbors began peeking out from behind curtains. A couple stepped onto their porch. Phones were already out. Of course they were. Melissa jabbed a finger toward my sedan. I just bought that car last week, and now you're pretending it's yours? I actually laughed. I couldn't help it. I've owned this car for 8 years. She scoffed. A liar. I saw it at the dealership. Same color, same rims, same everything. That doesn't make it yours. You stole it, she screamed. On the stair. I knew something was off about you the moment you moved in. That's when I realized this wasn't just HOA drama. This was going to escalate fast. Sirens wailed in the distance. Melissa folded her arms triumphantly. Good. Let them arrest you. 2 police cruisers pulled up within minutes. Officers stepped out calmly, hands resting near their belts. One approached Melissa, the other turned to me. Sir, can you explain what's going on? Before I could speak, Melissa burst in. He stole my car. I bought it last week from a private seller. He's been hiding it in his garage. The officer raised an eyebrow. You're saying this vehicle is yours? Yes, I have pictures. I handed the other officer my registration and license without a word. He glanced at the paperwork, then back at the car. This VIN matches your registration, sir. Melissa laughed nervously. Well, obviously he switched the plates. The officer sighed. Mom, VIN numbers aren't plates, she faltered. Still want it checked. They ran the VIN anyway. While we waited, Melissa paced like a caged animal, muttering about criminals and the people like him. I stayed silent. The truth didn't need defending. The radio crackled. Aveen confirmed. Vehicle registered to homeowner since 2017. No theft report. The officer turned to Melissa. Mom, this car does not belong to you. Her face drained of color. That's impossible. Where did you buy your car? The officer asked. She hesitated. The Craigslist. And did you verify the title? Silence. The officer's tone sharpened. Ma'am, what VIN is on your paperwork? Melissa swallowed. I don't have it with me. The second officer exchanged a look with the first. Man, he said slowly, it sounds like you may have been scammed. Melissa snapped back into anger instantly. Or he cloned my car. Arrest him. That's when the officer said the words that ended everything. Ma'am, filing a false police report is a crime. Her mouth opened. Nothing came out. The officers didn't arrest Melissa, but they didn't leave either. Ma'am, one said, we need you to retrieve whatever paperwork you have for the vehicle you claim you purchased. She stormed inside, slamming the door. The neighborhood had gone silent. No one filmed now. Everyone sensed the shift. This wasn't about me anymore. Melissa returned with a thin envelope and shaky hands. The officer reviewed the documents carefully. Then his expression changed. This VIN, he said, tapping the page, belongs to a vehicle reported stolen 3 months ago in another county. Melissa's knees buckled. What? She whispered. Who sold this car to you? A man named Rick. He said he flipped cars. The officer nodded grimly. That vehicle is likely stolen. You are not the owner. She turned toward me, eyes wide, desperate. This means your car is... Mean, I said calmly, always has been. The officers explained everything to her slowly, like you would to someone in shock. The scam, the fake sale, the reason her car never showed up in the system. Then came the final blow. Ma'am, the officer said, you also called 911 claiming a crime that did not occur. Yeah, I didn't know, she cried. Intent matters, he replied. But consequences still apply. They issued her a citation for misuse of emergency services and warned her that further HOA harassment could result in legal action. As they left, one officer turned to me. Oh, sorry for the trouble. You did everything right. I nodded. Thanks. Melissa stood frozen in her driveway, clutching useless papers. The next HOA meeting was quiet. No complaints about my garage, no notes on my trash can, no violations. She never looked at me again. And every time I open my garage now, I smile.